Here's Winderlick. Quick handball to Hocking. Back to Lovett Murray. He goes short. It's a mark to Zaharakis. Zaharakis has kicked a goal. The Bombers are in front of the G.
It's time to strap in and get ready. The leaders in AFL Supercoach are incoming, helping you win your leagues and climb up the rankings. You're now listening to the Insight AFL Show with your hosts, Big Horse, Skiddy, and Herbie.
G'day and welcome to the Insight AFL Show. I'm your host, the Supercoach Big Horse, and with me, as always, frothy in hand, loving life, Skiddy. Hello, mate.
Yes, sir, Horse. Yeah, absolutely loving life. It's been fantastic. Had a very, very happy Mother's Day to all the mothers that are around in our life, especially my main girl, Mama Debo. You're an absolute legend. Love you. Happy Mother's Day.
Oh, you're such a cute kid. And to my mum, como esta, Anna? She's all the way. She's about 550 kilometres away in a small country town called Lakes Entrance. So I'm not sure whether she's watching. She's probably well and truly in bed by now, but we did speak earlier this morning and she knows that I love her very, very much. Today, we review round 9, everything that's happened round 9 AFL-wise. Who went big, who went small, injuries, our cone of the week, and a whole lot more. But tonight, before we kick off, we want to pay our respects to Cam McCarthy and what happened there. 70 games, 99 goals with Freo and GWS footy clubs respectively. We want to promote the fact that anyone can talk to us, and not just us, anyone in the Insight community anytime. If you're struggling or you need an ear to chew on or just someone to text and have a conversation, it's not just us. There's a heap of good people in our community, in our Discord. If you just wanted to reach out, we had quite a few over the weekend, just reach out saying, are you okay? And not just today, but any day, we're willing to listen because we would rather spend half an hour to you talking through text or even on a phone call rather than having to, talk about you in other ways. So if you're not doing okay, it is okay. And we're happy to speak to you. Jake, you're a big advocate for Are You Okay Day, not just one day, but every day of the year.
Absolutely, mate. I never go out. I never go a day without the Are You Okay wristband on. I'm a massive advocate for it. Had some things previously where I had to reach out to Are You Okay, and they're a massive help and they're a great organisation. Can't speak any highly of them, and just want to always say that if anyone's, it's not bad to speak up. You're not weak if you speak up. There's nothing wrong with it. And it's better to let it out than keep it in because that can eat you inside.
Absolutely, mate. You couldn't have worded that any better. But for tonight, we are going to talk footy. So if you haven't yet, please hit like, subscribe, and the bells. Be a triple banger. Also, jump in our Discord. Inside Unlimited is live, and for less than 50 cents a week, which is your KFC, upsized, extra burger on the side, scrap the potato and gravy, get yourself an extra dinner roll, put the chips in the dinner roll. You know it is delicious. You'll get access to everything. It sounds like I'm a KFC spokesperson. Now, Insights, our trade, our captains, exclusive premium Q&A, every round of Supercoach, and a few other cool perks. Entry to our Discord will always be free, though, if you just wanted to get involved and talk footy or anything else. Now, Unlimited League, we are going to shut down in 2 weeks' time. 913351. I repeat, 913351. A Supercoach Champions ring will be on offer to whoever wins that competition, thanks to the guys at Supercoach Rings. Before we kick off, for the fans, we've given out 2 weeks in a row, we've given out some apparel, mate.
Yes, sir.
We are going to make it 3 weeks in a row. So,
congrats to our man Deadly getting himself a very nice T-shirt, swaggy inside T-shirt.
He did this week, didn't he?
All right, so that's what happens when you 5-star rate on all of us.
Absolutely. So we've got 4 pieces of Insight Fantasy Sportswear apparel to give away over the next 4 weeks. So we've got 2 weeks left of that. All you need to do is give us a 5-star review on Apple Podcasts. If you want to get multiple entries, give all 5 of our shows a 5-star review and make sure you leave a comment so we can track who it is that's leaving the 5-star review. That's AFL, NRL, NBA, NBL, and BBL. We will be drawing the next winner before the first bounce on Thursday evening. So get in quick if you want your chance to be involved. Now, as we do before we get stuck into the games each week, we're getting stuck into our squeeze of the week.
Yes, Mickey Dell, and it is Rowan Marshall, the big fella, going for 164. And we had a couple of blokes that chose a St Kilda player, but the wrong one. They chose Jackie Steele and Jack Sinclair. No, Rowan Marshall, 164. So I'm sorry, boys. I know there's a lot of love that's going on in the chat right now, but weak as piss, be better. Come on,
Yes.
lads. We got to get this out and going. Come on.
You know that catchphrase is catching on when not just members of our community, but people in the community that see us are going, weak as piss, be better.
Yeah,
So
absolutely.
we love that type of stuff. We do welcome any form of pickles talk as well. Last week was absolutely phenomenal. And I just want to bring out, Craig, thank you for joining us, mate. You're absolutely right. He's not weak to speak. And we will be discussing mental health a lot. Not just tonight, just not because something's happened, but we're going to make it or try and make it a part of our broadcast each week.
Absolutely.
But you're right. Weak as piss, be better. We need a squeeze winner, mate. We've got merchandise to give away and no one can guess.
Yep, absolutely, mate. These 4-in-1 cups are just sitting around. I mean, they can't just always, come to us, these beautiful 4-in-1s who are courtesy of who, Mick?
The Standard Squeeze. Who, believe it or not, they've been here since day one. And are bringing us all the games tonight, actually. Helping you drink responsibly and conveniently. You can go to the website, thestandardsqueeze.com, and use the code IFS15 to get yourself 15% off everything in store. Before we start the games, for those of you that are watching at home right now, you're going to want to stay for our Punters Club section because we had a huge $81 winner today. So you're going to want to hear about that. But our first game, mate.
Yes, sir.
It was, who was it? The Blues just sneaking over the D's in the Jeffy Gartler Cup by 1 point.
Mate, what a game that was. I mean, there was a couple of little iffy decisions here and there. They could have gone either way, but the Baggers do get over the line. What an absolute thrilling game it was. Paddy Cripps standing tall again, 132 after a great bounce back after a disappointing last week. So great game from the skipper there. Sammy Walsh, though, pretty sure he's in majority of people's sides. He had a 119 Supercoach, 34 disposals, 11 tackles. If he didn't go 53% disposal efficiency, Mick, could have been looking at an absolute monster.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. Charlie Curnow, he had another ton, 108, but too inconsistent week to week. Our man, Nicky Newman.
Yeah, nah. 90 Supercoach points, but McGovern's back. There's going to be others back soon. I'm not too sure. Hard to take on any other Blues players out of this game. But, yeah, I reckon Walsh is the only one. Maybe Cripps. He's starting to become a little more consistent, but they're probably the only two that you're going to want, aren't they?
Yeah.
Aren't you?
Cripps also, he does have the ability to have that 60 he did last week. And we've seen that in a lot of years previously with Cripps, even though this year's probably been the year where he's kind of gone away from that because he has turned up a fair amount this year. I just don't know if I have that kind of balls to be able to take him.
Yeah, I don't have the testicular fortitude to want to bring him into my side, although with my team and the way it's going at the moment, I probably need a left field pick in order to gain some positions back. So for those of you that are jumping in the chat, love your work. We will get to your questions later in the episode. Yes, for the Demons, Christian Petracca. So I had we'll call it a debate on Twitter on Thursday about me thinking that Petracca, if he was to keep his forward position, that he could potentially get DPP. It is probably unlikely before round 12 because he is still a fair way behind the percentage at 30% to get DPP for forward. But round 17, he could be a nice little, how you going for our forward lines for the last DPP selection of the year. He played 84% forward on the weekend, 134 Supercoach points, a career high 5 goals. And to be honest, he was the only one that looked likely to kick any form of goals in, anyone that you'd have confidence in Melbourne's forward line, mate.
He was Melbourne's best forward by an absolute country mile. Length of the Flemington straight, you could say. The other D's forwards were just not around it, not even close. So, he may have to see a bit more forward time. They may get Jackie Melcham back soon, but Petracca just looks so goddamn viable down there for the D's. Gorney, though. Fade Gorn. Where's our man? Where's our man that Fade Gorn, hashtag it. Another 111. And you've got to be kidding me that if he didn't kick that last goal, he was sitting on about 84, and I was jumping for joy being on the wrong side of this deal that we've had, Horse. And then he kicks it and goes up to 111 again, and I'm like, God damn it. But he's about 700K now, so let's hope he keeps on dropping. He plays West Coast next week, Nick.
Wet toast. Beautiful.
Score well against West Coast. Fun fact.
He could be the first player to ever get 300 in a game against West Coast.
That is true. But his last 3 games, he hasn't turned up against West Coast.
Really?
That is true.
Yeah, right. The way West Coast played today, I wouldn't be surprised. Allowing Darcy Cameron to get 120 or whatever he got could be pretty big for Gorn. Clary, 495K, only 87 Supercoach points, 26 touches, 8 tackles, 3 threes against really hurt him.
Mm-hmm.
Poor Supercoach score, but he's definitely better. Like you can see with his hand, he's got confidence in his body again.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Yeah. I've got bigger holes to fill than stretching or reaching on him.
Yeah, the contested disposal looks really, really nice last week. It still needs to come up a little bit more from this week. He could have scored a lot better. Probably would have turned up if he didn't have those free kicks against, though. So I'm still okay with if people did pick up Clary. I was about to, then got told that maybe not the best idea, so I went a bit sideways, went defense instead. My midfield's already pretty solid. So, but if you have Clary, I'd be continuing it on because it's not bad at all. Caleb Windsor, though, he has been on fire the last 2 weeks. 73 this week. He's made 40K this week. He's getting into it a bit now. He's had 5 absolute shockers before the last round. So he's really been good for the people that held onto him. I wouldn't be looking at buying him, though, if you don't have him. And Howes. Where do we sit here with Blake Howes? Because he's got 54 again. We said this last time, Mick, and he got a 98. So
yeah, his break even is 60.
Yeah, right. Well, I mean, that's around about his mark. So he's almost 300K. We could definitely say there's maybe others that you could drop first, but Howes is definitely in that category. Yeah,
for sure, mate. For sure. The other game we had, Friday night, because that was Thursday night, wasn't it?
That was.
Friday night, we had the Power jump out to an early lead against the Cats. 49 points they were up by. Yeah. And Port nearly shit the bed. Geelong came storming home to only win by a goal. In what cup was it, mate?
That was the Tom Harley Cup.
The Tom Harley Cup.
Premiership captain for the Geelong. 1 game for Port.
It still qualifies. Zach Guthrie. Is he relevant for Supercoach?
He's around the mark. I mean, look, he's getting tons. So that's what we want to see from our defenders.
Yeah.
And he's at a lower price than most. It just depends if you can really expect him to be able to continue this going. I love his game style and I love how he plays, but I don't have confidence in this Geelong team just because they don't care about accumulating stats. They care about teamwork and ball movement over everything else. And that's why we see the same thing with Holmes, who's now at about 518K, 94 Supercoach points. He's gone up about 100K this year, so that's nice, but I just don't know if I can see him as a top 6 defender this year.
No, not at all. Stewart, 84 Supercoach points. He's almost 500K. I'll check that in a minute. We're going to start having a look at Stewart when he is back to his best, but not yet. Yeah. Cam Guthrie, 82 Supercoach points. He's nearly 400K. Can't trust him even at that price. Dempsey, he's a sell at 300K. Clark, I'm holding him because I have to, but it hurts.
Negative break even and he makes 17K. Like, you got to be shitting me. He's 172 now.
Before we tick into Port, mate, just from Scorched, the missus is listening in tonight, so...
Don't worry, she'll be happy.
She'll be happy. Yeah. You better. The Swans game is next, Scorched. Stick around. For Port Adelaide, Ollie Wines, toot, 157 Supercoach points without Connor Rozee, 33 touches, 7 tackles. He was huge. Had the second most CBAs behind Butters. But Rozee might be back next week.
Yep. He looked extremely impressive, and I think that's going to be the theme when we talk about this Port Adelaide team is the fact that Rosie wasn't there. Also, too, a bit of Jace Burgoyne not being there as well leads to some bigger scores for Port Adelaide players. Butters 147. If you VC'd him, thank you very much. We love to see that.
Yeah, we do.
Could have also just done the exact same thing with Dacos today and got the same result, but that's all right. Yep. I'll still take it. Pickles.
I love the fact that his nickname is now Pickles everywhere.
Yeah, 100%. We've already got some pickles ones in,
and
the chat as well.
We will dedicate some pickles time later on. Yes, Ian.
I do love Ian's one as well. I'm just going to read that out while I'm talking about Jason Hall and Francis. Pickles is the kind of bloke to organise a night out with the boys and not turn up. Brilliant.
Yeah.
Although in saying that, we put half of a show into getting these jokes against him, and he comes out and gets a 128 and had a lot more CBAs without Rosie there. Can he get forward DPP, Mick, in round 12?
Well, he was at 29%, but he played majority midfield, so it's knocked him back. He's going to need Rosie back to upgrade or get his percentage time forward a little bit more. Mead. 105 Supercoach points, mate. 240 Ks. He got CBAs, but when Rosie's back,
Houston, and he took Burgoyne's role as well. So he was basically coming off of the wing, then going into the midfielders and an extra midfielder. For CBAs.
Was Mead the one that was sticking with Stewart?
No, that was
because whoever that was, they played their role really well.
Yeah, I can't remember. Was it McEntee? Maybe.
Yes, that's right. Yep.
McEntee,
Yep.
Absolutely.
Houston, been a little bit disappointing lately. Only 1 ton in the past 3 weeks, but lower score of 89. Had 24 touches and 9 marks. 5 turnovers are uncharacteristic, and he will bounce back. And Visinenti, 75 Supercoach points, 143K he is. But, you've got Soldo coming back in 4 weeks. You'll have Sweet back this week. Mm-hmm. Thanks, but no thanks.
Correct.
The second Friday night game, we had the Dockers go down to the Swans 39-87. This was pretty moving, just watching this game. And at the start of the show, we said our condolences to the McCarthy family, and it isn't weak to speak if you're not feeling yourself. We've got a great community that we can openly speak to, or even in private DMs. But that was well. Yeah, that was tough to watch. And
I thought it was sensational.
Yeah, and you could tell we had some information that there were a few players that were pretty close to sitting the game.
Yep.
Because of the raw emotion that came with that. Like, he was still only 29 years of age and still got along with a lot of the boys, and only as recently was playing at South Freo in the Waffle, which some of the boys have gone back to play at. So seeing that Flowers tribute, that was really nice. And not really surprised that the result went this way, given the emotional effect it would have had on the Freo Footy Club. But let's talk about the Swans, mate.
Yep, absolutely. So Jake Lloyd goes for his big bang, coming back into the back to some of his piggish best. He had 132 Supercoach points. Too inconsistent, though. I don't know if that's anything affected to Tommy McCartan being out and being able to rely more on his ball movement out of fullback, but don't know about that. But then also, too, the full neck lizard, Nick Blakey, he goes for 131. Absolute massive game off of halfback. And, Freo's forwards could not contain either of those two lads. Really taking the piss. Mm-hmm. Isaac Heaney, how about him, though, horse?
118 Supercoach points, 28 touches, and look good again. Parker will be back, but I think Parker's going to play more forward. You cannot take Heaney away from the midfield at Sydney. And alongside someone that I'll bring up later will be, I think, a clear leader at the moment in the Brownlow. Grundy, 580K, 102, continue to hold. He's been pretty consistent. And because Scorched Misses is listening in, I'll hand this over to you.
Hey, it's the bleached arsehole, Chad Warner, the Dropbox legend himself. He gets a 99 Supercoach. I'm not wanting him for Supercoach whatsoever, but we keep bringing him up because Scorch Misso is loving it, and we love our fans.
Hello.
So no worries there. Errol Goulden, 93 Supercoach points. If you have him, would you continue to hold their horse?
No.
No? All right.
No, I think his stealing is impacted. Phil was on was it last week, and said that Heaney's role's definitely impacting him to some degree. He still has a higher ceiling, but when we're looking at primos like Sarong and Butters and Merritt and Dacos and Ryan and these sorts of guys that were around the same price, and you could spend the extra 50K and go from Errol to, say, Merritt or Errol to Sarong, then I'd be spending that money.
Yep, I 100% agree there. And I think you'll agree with me when I say Jordan and Roberts are both sells.
Let me think about that just for a second.
No worries. Brilliant. All right, on to Freo. Caleb Sarong, an absolute gem that he is. Again, 150 Supercoach points. Absolutely huge. He's been awesome all year. Yep, just keep on looking for him. Luke Ryan, 111 Supercoach points. He's over 660K now.
Yes,
another ton continuing to roll. Loving that
but
from him.
On Ryan, though, mate, he did sweet fuck all. He barely left the 50, the D50.
Absolutely. Oh, well, in fairness to him, it was down there a shitload. So, I mean, you're definitely not buying him at that price. You're going to have to wait if you don't have him to get a bit more down. Sharp, though, 97 Supercoach point. Yep, 97. I did say that right. Great game. If you still have it, you hold him. If you don't have him, then don't buy him. 340K. Too inconsistent. No, thanks. Luke Jackson. Mate, we should have listened to it. Our plan was always you get Jackson in. As soon as Darcy's back, piss him off. Darcy doesn't even play, and he still only gets an 89 Supercoach points.
Yep. Yeah, I think that was a result of the whole team being a bit flat. I'm not overly worried. I think he had over 20 touches in that game. I'll just double check, but yeah, he was actually quite good.
He's 470K now.
Yeah, I'm holding. Not worried in the 20 touches, 12 hit outs.
12 hit outs.
Not does it. It's pretty weak when you got Brody Grundy with 33, but it is what it is.
Yeah, exactly right. I pissed him off a while ago, but that's all right. Speaking of shocking, Hayden Young, 65 Supercoach points, really disappointing for me. He had 23 disposals, but 4 turnovers. He still had 14 CBAs with 5 in there.
Yep.
He just really needs one of the mids to get out of there to unlock his full Supercoach potential for mine.
He is a trade target for me come the buys.
Oh, I like that. Jordan Clark, 63 Supercoach points, just an absolute stinker. Had absolutely nowhere near it. He was
tagged by Jordan.
Yep, absolutely. Which I think Phil did say that there was a chance that was going to happen. It was going to be him or Young, and it looked like he went to Clark majority of the game.
Yes, he did. Yep, and good insight there for our community there, knowing with Phil too being all over all things Sydney related. We'll get into GWS and Essendon later, Filthy, or Golden Tonsil, sorry. But he was all over this and helped us with disposal markets while we were having a punt the other night. So thank you, Phil. And 6 frees against killed him. Oh. You got to hold him though.
Yep, I agree. Yeah. I mean, it's going to be a very, very high break even now, but you're definitely still holding him there.
Yep. And the first Saturday game, mate, we see the Hawks beat the Saints in an absolute thriller. But before we get into this footy, I do want to just say thank you for yourself. You travelled 2 hours down the Calder to help me call the NBL 1 game. We did the TV commentary for Bendigo versus Frankston on Saturday night. And Jake had his first crack at it and was sensational. We got some good feedback. So thank you for coming down and helping us out with that, mate.
No worries, mate. Great fun. If anyone wants to tune into the NBL 1 game between Bendigo and Frankston, you'll hear our beautiful voices a little bit more than you already have to hear. So that was good fun. Absolutely loved it. Great community down there in Bendigo. But let's definitely talk about the Hawks and the Saints because Hawks 5-point winners hold on beautifully in the end there. Really good. This was a great game for Supercoach for congestion-wise, though, Horse.
Yeah, it was. So we've got Marshall, who went the largest out of every 164 Supercoach points. It was 500K last week. I'm going to have to do a check now, but the congestion-heavy game definitely helped him, didn't it? Just heaps of, hit-out opportunities.
Horse, just quickly, Armand Frogs just told us that 5 has a break-even of 150 coming up this week.
I am happy to have him lose money because I think with the amount of CBAs he attends and the amount of inside mid he plays, I'm happy for him to lose money knowing that he's got that role there. And
Right.
for me, it's more pressing for me to trade Harley Reid this week because without Yo, it looks dire for West Coast.
So you would rather have Harley? You'd rather have Fife than Harley?
Yes. If
Right.
it was 2 years from now, Harley, yes. But we know that when you've got young midfielders who are playing in their system for their first year, they do tire when they are bashing and crashing. Sheasel and Dacos have probably been the exception of that over the last couple of years. Even Ashcroft last year, like he was good and bad and he was a bit all over the place too. But when someone like Harley Reid, with the lack of options they've got up forward, they've got Bailey Williams as their ruckman. They don't really have the depth around the ground to surround him with. So I think that's a struggle.
Yeah, okay, I could definitely say that. It's
Marshall's 525K now.
Oh, damn,
okay. With a break even of 28. So this week is the week if you want him, ladies and gentlemen.
Yep, that's annoying because, we did say last week that 500K mark was a beautiful time to get him. But Jack Steele also really helped by that congestion footy. He had 30 disposals, 11 tackles, 122 Supercoach points, definitely holding there. The Wang, swing him around because Nasiah Wanganeen-Miller has done it again, which is what we said. Hawks do give it up to the half backman, and 113 for him, 29 disposals. Did very, very nicely there, holding him and the Boner. 108 Supercoach points. Again, Hawks just give up a fair amount to halfback flankers, and they really rode that home. The one thing that we didn't see though was Jack Sinclair getting a lot of it. He only had an 83 because he had 13 CBAs out of the 15 that were there, so he's playing a lot more on ball.
Yep.
I mean, look, only 18 disposals.
Sinclair's more of an outside player. And it was a congested game, so he couldn't get the ball on the outside. So
10 contested disposals for Jack Sinclair is unheard of, though.
Yeah, it is. Yeah. Nice by Garcia, though, 65 points. With his value there, we're going to continue to hold. And Jack Hayes, for those of you that went early, 20.
Subbed out. But how about our man Horse? Darcy Wilson does it again. 90 Supercoach points. He has made 50K this week. Thank God we all held him there, didn't we, lads? Yep, that's right. Clap chains. Beautiful.
Did you hold him?
Now. Of course, mate. I was the driving force behind saying, make sure you keep Wilson and keep McKercher and drop, well, I said drop Windsor, which was now looking like a bad idea, but also Carroll.
Can I tell you that Darcy Wilson now, after that 90 last week and the 100 and something he had the week before, has a break even of 3.
Yes. Good boy, Darcy. We love to see that.
And if he scores 87 this week, he's going to make another 40K. So we love to see that kind of thing. For the Hawks, Nuke, 136 Supercoach points, but in a heavily contested game, you're going to expect that. Inconsistent, so don't go near him. Lloyd Meek. 46 hit outs, 125 Supercoach points against Marshall is great. Congested game again. Help the ruckman, definitely. Dylan Moore. He started off really well and then copped that head knock, mate.
Yeah, so he had 53 at halftime. He was on about 62 early in the third. Copped a head knock, needed to get a little bit, I think it was like stitched up or a little bit patched up and everything like that. He finishes on a 76. And the reason why that was, so he missed 15 minutes in the third quarter. Yeah, quick shout out to our man Scorched Earth, who got 2,466. I was pretty happy with my 2,380. And then he comes over the top with that absolute banger. So attaboy there.
Congratulations, mate.
Love that. So I'm not worried about Moore in the slightest. As I said, he missed 15 minutes late in the third quarter, came back on, and they played him deep forward in the fourth. And I think Hawks only scored a goal in the last quarter, and it was kind of just played around in that congestion style in the middle of the ground. And Moore didn't play in the middle there. I'm pretty sure that was more just to, just because they were worried a little bit about, how the gash was on his head. But he'll be fine next week.
Good to see rookie coach AFL, the Supercoach Network, in the chat, 2391. Very nice, mate. Yeah, Skiddy absolutely done the pants off me this week. I got my loops wrong, and I had Rosie sitting on the bench and ended up with 2,270. So I've got a little bit of, it turns out it worked out for you.
When Makeout score's gone, baby, that's what we want to see.
Massimo D'Ambrosio. Pizza, pasta, wine, Ferrari, whatever.
Bellissimo.
He was on 21 Supercoach points going into the last and ended up on 52. But if you got him, you're selling him. He's done. Wilson was all over him, and teams are exploiting his wing.
Oh, yeah. We saw this last week as well in the Hawks game. They were absolutely all over trying to get the ball anywhere near Massimo D'Ambrosio's wing. I don't know why, but it's just what they are doing. Obviously, he's not giving enough or something's going on with him. And Nick the Wizard Watson, 70 Supercoach points, and I do not trust it at all at that price or at any price.
Nah, not at all. And
you know what we do trust, though, Horse?
Yeah, come on. What do we trust?
We trust the Inside Fantasy Sports World Cup.
Yes, sir, we do. If you ever thought you were elite at Supercoach, well, now you can prove it with our year-round Inside Fantasy Sports Supercoach World Cup, featuring all 4 Supercoach sports in NRL, AFL, NBL, and BBL. It's $20 to enter before round 12. So get in quick. You've only got 2.5 weeks left. Your rankings will be calculated together, and the best performer over the 4 sports combined will take out the best Supercoach player, not just in Australia, but in the world. Join our Discord. The link is below to find out more and register.
Yes, sir.
This next game, can I talk? Can I talk?
Do I have a choice?
Plankton's!
No, you can't talk. Tom has moved to 3rd on the ladder now, taking down the Giants 82-62. Go on, Horse. Talk to me about him.
That's hot. That's hot.
Hang on.
Boom shakalaka!
Carry on.
That's all.
Lovely.
Mason Redmond bounced back to form. 26 touches, 12 marks, 134 Supercoach points. I'm not overly sold on the roll though because Martin was down this game. Yes, he still had 31 touches, but there's a ball share going on. They definitely like the ball in both of these guys' hands. One of the original guys, I actually had to watch the game back, mate, because I was with you in Bendigo and I looked at the Supercoach scores. And at the second from the top, it said Nick Hind, 121. And I'm like, this has got to be... Yep.
You're welcome.
This has got to be fucking wrong. But as luck would have it, he must have heard that he was a Cone of the Week nominee. And like Pickles, like Petty the week before, they stand up, don't they?
They do stand up, mate. Yep, that's absolutely right. As I always say, it's not to degrade them. It's to stick a rocket up their ass and telling them to fire up. So, and that's exactly what Nick Hind did. 20 touches, 3 tackles, 121 Supercoach points. Yeah, absolutely. I'll just say that from Nick Hind. I am absolutely in no way, shape, or form taking Nick Hind in my Supercoach team. Ever. Under any circumstance.
No, the only bloke that would have Nick Hind in his Supercoach team is Pickles. But anyway, we're moving right along. Merritt had 24 touches and originally finished the game on 98 Supercoach points, which would have only left Sam Flanders as the only one to ton up in every game. Mm-hmm. But he was then scaled up to 101. So he's kept his ton streak going. Yep, we love that.
Job.
Sammy Durham, 25 touches for 99 Supercoach points. He, along with Caldwell, have changed the dynamic of the Essendon midfield. And I want to bring up this guy because this guy was one of the elite Essendon midfielders. But I brought it up last week with Darcy Parish. So he went large with 2 big hundreds in a row. And this game, he only got 63 points and 16 touches. But you can see here when we've got better inside players with the likes of Caldwell, with Durham, these sorts of players, and then mix it in with the polish of Merritt, Ben Hobbs when he came on. Mm-hmm. And then Parish was a little bit more on the outside. We struggled against West Coast last week, or a bottom 4 side. And then we come up against a team that's a top 4 side. You push Parish to the outside and you put people on the inside where they belong. Mm-hmm. And all of a sudden we look like a much better side. So even though Parish sucked at scoring, which is great for an Essendon supporter and shit for Supercoach, as an Essendon supporter, it's lovely to see.
Yep. No, I can definitely say. I mean, look, last week, that's why I was saying I prefer Clary over Parish every single day of the week when people were putting those trades together. I'll absolutely back that and always stand by that. For the Giants, Tom Green came back from the dead after I thought his ankle almost fall off the man that he was carrying on to score 116 with 34 touches. I watched a little bit of the game, Horse. You took over this game, but he didn't look quite right from the bits that I saw. Even though as dominant that he looked, he still just didn't look like he was fully there. But you'll still take that score for him. Lockie Whitfield being the only other Giant to reach a ton, getting 100 off 18 touches, which is very surprising for him. Only 18 touches, but efficient. It was impactful. Yeah.
Yeah.
Efficient and effective. Cogs and Kelly got 98 and 96 respectively. Good to see Cogs back out there, coming back off the injury. He still looked a little bit slow. Just needed a little bit more miles on the leg. He'll be better next week.
Yep.
Aaron Cadman should have been sold 2 weeks ago, but 12 Supercoach points from 5 touches, and he played the whole game. Did nothing. Now, Horse.
Yes, mate.
You know that I think Laverde is one of the most unimpactful defenders in the AFL.
Mm-hmm.
Cadman made him look like Alex Pearce. He shut him the hell down.
I want to say that Laverde is good, but he's not.
No, it was just a shit game by Cadman.
Yeah,
That's all I have to say. It was a shocker.
Yep.
But you're like that when you're young.
Yeah, that's right. Darcy Jones wasn't much better. 6 touches for 38 Supercoach points. He kicked a goal, though. Thomas was the sub, 4 touches and 8 points. If you've got him, you've got to get rid of him. Briggs, 83 Supercoach points, 25 hitouts, but was soundly beaten by Goldie and Wright, who had 55 hitouts between them. And for those of you, I do want to bring it up before we move into the next game. For those of you that held on to Zach Reed, he was back in the VFL on the weekend and was one of the best on 25 touches, 10 marks, and looks as though he may be on his way back this weekend to face North Melbourne.
Just quietly before we go into this next game, because we have the Tigers getting absolutely belted by the Dogs by 91 points. And for the first time this year, a team led by 100 points in this game, 133 to 42. Our man, Horse, the zinger, Riley Sanders, 42 disposals today in the today or yesterday in the VFL. Unreal how good this kid is.
He's awesome. He's awesome.
Yep. All right, I'll talk about these pieces of shit, the Tigers, because this was an absolute disgraceful performance by them.
Do we have to talk about him?
Kind of, but we can just rag on them for a little bit because they need to rock it up their ass. I'll tell you that much. Hint, nudge, nudge. Jaden Short, 84 Supercoach points, 20 disposals. That's not bad, but didn't even make his break even, so he's still 380k, which he just fell short of.
Sometimes maybe good, sometimes maybe shit.
I know it's a great price for a player like Jaden Short, but I still don't trust him at all, especially
absolutely not.
Velasquez, 82 Supercoach points, got absolutely hammered. Would hold, but no chance of buying. I can't trust it all. For a game where you get belted by near 100 points and your backman, no one gets over 100 Supercoach points, shows how easily the Dogs were just moving this through them.
Yep. We got Brown here, 76 Supercoach points. The ball's down there a lot, so nice for you that held, but don't get him in. Bolton. He was fucking shit. He's going to bloody blow a lot of cash here. And he kicked the goal late. Like, he was only on 38 Supercoach points with like 10 minutes to go. So,
do you remember as well, like, it was like 2 or 3 weeks ago where Bolton went like 2 tons in a row. And then Taranto went, 3 tons in a row. Taranto goes down. And we're all like, no, we're not touching him. We're not touching him. And then look how shit he's been the last 2 weeks. He needs Taranto desperately to be in there. He cannot play as an inside mid. He needs an inside mid to be anywhat impactful.
Would you like me to tell you exactly what Shai Bolton is paying on the open market right now?
Oh, yes, please. Yeah.
459k. He has dropped 100k in the last 2 weeks. He has a break even of 167, and he's estimated he's going to lose another 45k this week. Shai Bolton at 400k in a couple of weeks.
When Tim Taranto is back, Shai Bolton is straight into my forward line.
That's a huge
straight
hit.
I'm loving that. Campbell, shithouse, 52 Supercoach points, better than he normally does, in fairness, though. Sell if you have no others. Yep, absolutely. And Lafau, our man, 32 Supercoach points. But, Horse, he didn't make break even, right? But one thing I did like, 11 disposals, and they pushed him back, right? He had 4 turnovers. He had 6 kicks. 4 of them were turnovers. But I like how they're pushing him back. It's very, very encouraging that they are okay with having him move up the ground.
Yeah, absolutely, mate. And given how piss poor the Tigers were on Saturday night, this is one guy I won't rag out on because I love the way that he goes about it. I love the background. I love the fact that he's worked his way into an elite level and he's doing a good job of it. The 32 Supercoach points isn't a direct reflection on how he went. It was more about his teammates. He benefits from ball use into the forward line, and the fact that they pushed him back would have been purely a learning experience for him. So,
Absolutely. Phil says as well, Richmond beating Sydney in round 3 has aged like Buster Douglas knocking out Mark Tyson. However funny that is, Phil, let's just remember that Tigers did beat the Swans in round 3.
Yeah. And Essendon's only one win behind you. Anyway, for the Bulldogs, they fucking went mental, didn't they? So Ed Richards, who I'm still not that interested in. The scores are pretty inflated this round.
Yeah.
34 touches, 27 CBAs, 450k defender. Nah.
Horse, he has Libba's role, and I'm telling you right now, if we had certainty that Libba was out for however weeks that we knew that he was out for, right? Like, let's say if Libba was out 8 weeks, oh shit, I'd be all over Ed Richards. 100%. He has Libba's role, and let's be honest here, 163, amazing. But even if it's not, it's a defender that's mid 400 price tag that's playing as a midfielder, right?
Yep. So that was against a midfield of Dion Prestia, Thompson, Dow, a hurt Jack Graham.
Yep.
It doesn't get any better. Like there's really not that much going on here.
That's correct. But what was the game that Libba missed earlier in the year and Richards went into the middle? Did he not ton up that game as well?
I think he did.
Let you talk about the rest of the Dogs. I'm just going to quickly find it.
You do that. Trelaw, 153 Supercoach points, huge 41 disposal game with a goal. We said that the Tigs
cheaper price. I'd be all over Trelaw right now.
Yeah.
We said Tigs give up. Yep. Go ahead. Sorry.
Yeah. Just reflecting what you said, mate. Tigs give up the most amount of points to midfielders, and he slaughtered them. That goal was unreal too that he kicked. Definitely too expensive for us. Harms, 139 Supercoach points. No. Bontempelli, 135 Supercoach points, 32 touches and 2 goals. For those of you that captained him that may have had the vice on Gorn like I did, you'll take that every day of the week. Sam Darcy, 4 goals, but won't be like that in less dominant games. You're holding him, though. It's restarted the cash gen. Daly Bale, 103 Supercoach points, 30 touches. He's awesome, and he's a definite keeper down there. The ball barely got down there, though. Richmond were really poor. Yes, mate.
It was 98 Ed Richards got against Essendon as well. Okay. So that's pretty good against Essendon, who are very good at holding Supercoach points for mids.
Yep. English, only 87 Supercoach points. Would have liked better, but again, the rest of the Dogs just did everything. So he was in cruise control for the night.
I'm telling you, Scaling fucked him.
Yeah.
Scaling did him so dirty because there was at one point he got a hit out to advantage that then went into the forward line. Should have got him up a few points. He literally went down 1 because it went I think it went to Bont and then Harms kicked a goal. So they gave the points to Harms and English went down for doing something positive because Scaling was so messed because the Dogs were so high.
Beautiful. We've got a few new guys in the chat. Supercars commentary. How you going, mate? And Joe from the Centre Bouch. Hey, brother, you said Daly Bale. That's because that's what his name is.
That's what we call him here, mate.
That's
lovely to have
right.
you. Wait, geez, horse. Wait until he gets into the St Kilda game. Jeez,
Jesus. Yeah. We're going to need to employ an interpreter. Yeah. Jack McRae, give me one word.
Ba-bow.
Nope.
Not a chance.
No, we're not going anywhere near him. Garcia, really nice cash cow.
Yep,
84 Supercoach points, 19 disposals, 2 goals.
Highlight Deadlies as well. He had 14 score involvements and he got 3 points for it. He's bang on the money there. That's how mess Scaling was in this game.
The new guy, Friger. I'm not sure how to say his name. Let's call him the Fridge. Yeah, 63 Supercoach points. I'm watching here, 117k forward mid. Watch for job security though, because again, this was a blowout game.
Yep,
now,
absolutely.
Before we get into the next games, mate.
Sorry, the boys are saying, wait until you meet Pickles. Who's Pickles?
You're going to hear about him about half an hour, mate.
Yeah.
But anyway, our next lot of games are brought to you by Ryan from Astute Newstead. Are you wanting to buy that first home or even investment property and don't know how? Are you a current owner with an interest rate above 6.2%? Well, Ryan can guarantee you that there are better options for you. Best part is he will do it for free. Reach out to him. His link tree is down below in the description, or you can contact him on 0431 766 784. And yes, Skiddy, trees in the chat.
Thanks,
it is not LinkedIn, believe it or not. Anyway, Saturday night, mate. in Darwin, we see the Suns smack the Roos by 68 points, 120 to 52. Now, we saw some all right scores from Gold Coast players, but not the type we thought.
Yep, I'll let you change the camera back onto us because as much as we like seeing Ryan's head, this is a better mustache, I'll have to say. You know what? One thing that really shit me up the wall, Horse.
What's that, mate?
You know, we did that live commentary for the basketball, obviously, and so you watched the Giants and the Bombers game this morning, so we could get the insights that we needed to get for them. I had to watch the rest of the Saints and the Hawks game, which I got to see half of it of, and then I got to watch the Dogs belt the Tigers, and then I had to sit there and watch North get absolutely fucking pantsed by the Suns. Was not a good morning for me this morning. I really, really didn't enjoy that. But that's all right. That's what I got to do for you, lads. So that's what I did. Took. Very, very good. 122 points, 29 disposals. Great game holding there. Mac Andrews looked like Harris Andrews in this game. He was everywhere down back. 119 Supercoach points. Look, he's almost 400K, but there's not enough consistency there for him. If you picked him up all those rounds ago before he started getting all those tons in a row, you'd be absolutely stoked, and you're holding him. So
Mac Andrew is over 400K now, and he's got a break even of 53 this week.
Yep, absolutely there. Uwu.
Brody Uwland.
Yep. 109 Supercoach points. I think that indicates how the North effect is happening this season. He was scoring 16 against other teams, and he goes for 109 against North. Unbloody believable. So people that have him, you're holding him, but if you don't have him, not a goddamn chance. It's 260K. The Diddley, Sam Flanders, 108.
Again, raise the bat, son. Another ton.
Yep, another ton for him. Look, he was dominant in the start of this game, and he just kept on rolling. And it took the foot off the gas a little bit late, but that's just what Sam Flanders needed to do.
Yep. Sam Closkey, for those of you that played him, I know that Joe didn't play him. He was stuck on the bench, but 105 Supercoach points and back in a big way. It does reset his cash generation, and we'll be able to get some more cash out of him before we're forced to move him. But like Graham,
yeah. I'm thinking that Closey may get a rest this week or next, and Graham will come back in for him. They've been talking about a rest for both those boys.
Yeah, I can see Graham coming back in this week, especially against Geelong in Darwin without Hawkins and without Jeremy Cameron. So that's a big opportunity for them to get a win against a really good team on the road.
This is what they said too. It's because it's a Thursday night game as well, so it's a 5-day turnaround for the Suns up there in Darwin. So they think there's going to be a fair few changes in the side. That's why they reckon maybe it's Closey played this week. Closey will rest, and then they'll bring in Graham next week.
Yeah, gotcha. Who's this bloke? The red-headed bloke, you know, the tough one. Him. Only 83 Supercoach points, but he will be better. He's a contested beast. So if you've got him, you're holding him. But for me, I don't have him, and I'm definitely looking to bring him in after 2 subpar scores from him. For those of you,
when there's no fucking contest in the game.
For those of you that held Alex Sexton.
Yes.
That's hot.
Yeah.
Congratulations. Well done. 83 Supercoach points, 21 touches and a goal. Played mostly back alongside Flanders. And yeah, he looked really nice in that role. Anderson, he's been up and down worse than anything I can remember. He's gone, 155, 49, 151, 70.
70, yeah. Yep. Blind date. You never know what you're going to get out of him, Horse. Could be sometimes maybe good, sometimes maybe shit. Yeah. Berry, he didn't make his break even, but only lost about 10K if you still had him. 64 Supercoach points. And Jakey Rogers, 64 Supercoach points. He's now over 200K for those that grabbed. I think he's about getting there, but that's about that, mate.
All right. So for the Roos, mate, talk to me.
Horse, we had a difference of opinion last week.
Massive difference in opinion, yep.
Where you said, piss this bloke off, and I said, definitely hold him if Sheasel's not going to be playing in that backline role. And Zach Fisher comes out with a 140 off of, I think it was, 35 disposals, being on 99 Supercoach points at halftime as well. Just went bang And this is what's going to happen. For a guy that can't play defense at all, he's going to get a lot of the ball down there.
He does not have a defensive bone in his body, mate.
Not one. Not one.
And it's working beautifully for them.
And it shits me up the wall.
Yeah. LDU. He was back a little bit in this one. 109 Supercoach points, 35 touches. Too many turnovers, though, in this one for him. But for those of you that were in the Discord, we did predict that Charlie Coombe would have a nice game this one. And sure enough, 98 Supercoach points. He was really nice down back. This is why we got him, because of his intercept marking abilities. Did look to have hurt his shoulder a little bit, but he did play through and was fine. McKercher down back, 30 touches again. You love what he's doing, mate?
Yeah, I love what McKercher's doing, 91. Sorry, I'm looking around because I swear I could hear a knocking or some shit on somewhere in my house, but that's all right. McKercher, just love what he's doing down back. They're getting the ball into his hands, another 30 disposals. Keep on keeping on there. She's got 86 Supercoach points, mostly forward, but did have a bit of backs at some points of the game, which is encouraging that they might throw him back there if need be. It's hard to be picking yourself up forward when the ball doesn't come down there. So, that's a bit disappointing for Sheasel. I saw a comment before, is Sheasel a drop or a hold? We said 2 weeks ago that with the role change that it does impact him pretty negatively and he can be a drop. I think that you can still hold. They just need to work it out a little bit better and Sheasel's score will rise again, but just not to that same level that he had been doing for the start of the start of the season. Trishan Xeri, 82 Supercoach points, absolutely got smoked by Wits. Absolutely smoked. That's all I have to say there. And Pow, the Catalina wine mixer. Tom Pow, 77 Supercoach points, 25 disposals, which is really good, but 10 turnovers really killed him. 12 CBAs, which is nice. So we can definitely see the light again with Pow for people that still have.
Yep, nice one.
Also,
mate.
in fairness, I do want to say as well that the game was done and dusted farewell into the third quarter. North literally could not run in that heat in Darwin. It was 32 degrees in the third quarter. And I think every single North player was completely done. And then by the last quarter, half of the Suns players were done as well. And the last probably 15 minutes of the game was nothing at all. Like, no run, nothing.
I don't know how they play in that sort of heat. Like, if
started.
my burger's not lemon and herb from Nando's, I'm sweating, let alone playing in 32 degree heat. So I don't know. But hopefully they get their IV stuff, drips or whatever it is, and get their rehydration levels up to be able to back up again in Darwin. There is talk of a Northern Territory team in the next, as Ahmed Frog has just put in the chat, to make an even 20 teams in the competition. I think it is a real possibility, but I think they're going to have to make it an indoor stadium because you can't have that sort of play week in, week out, especially for those that are going to be situated in the northern state all year round.
100%.
In Sunday, though, mate, in the Sunday Arvo game, we had the Pies smack the pants off the Eagles.
Yep.
For the Pies, Nicky Dacos.
Whisper. Absolutely another ripping game, 147 Supercoach points, and just did whatever he wanted to. Kicked an absolute ripping goal too, where he kicked it into some West Coast player's face, bounced back, grabbed the ball, slotted it from 60.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Absolute ease. That's just, no dramas there. Pendles, wearing the clock back, racked up 28 touches, 147 disposals. They couldn't even get near him.
No.
In this game. The Eagles couldn't get near Pendlebury. It was unbelievable to watch.
Mm-hmm.
But talk to me about this man horse, Joey Richards.
Yeah, he was pretty good. But again, we saw Jakey Rogers against West Coast absolutely tear it up, and he hasn't done much since. So 18 touches, 1 goal, 108 Supercoach points. It is just a look this week, ladies and gentlemen, because we don't know how he's going to fare up against a better side. This bloke, however, though, Sullivan had another good game. 18 touches, 75 Supercoach points. And I reckon his role is, I'm not going to say really locked in because they've got the likes of Elliott to come back. They've got the likes of DeGoey and Mitchell. But I think with Harrison going down with an ankle this week, with Howe going down with a groin, with his pressure game, he was getting CBAs. I think he's good for 3 or 4 weeks. And just for us to get another 150, 200K out of him.
Yep. Could not agree more there, Mick. Yeah, I prefer Sullivan over Richards every single day of the week as well, because he has got that midfield role rather than just a deep forward role. Definitely not going early on a deep forward, that's for certain.
No.
But I think he'll be in a lot of teams this week, Lockie Sullivan, if he's named.
Yeah, I think so.
Finn McRae had 17 touches, 3 goals for 93 Supercoach points. So if you're one of those blokes that brought him in before round 1 because you were a Collingwood fanatic or an idiot, he finally got 93. So it's fantastic for you. Well done.
You're not picking him, though.
Oh, God, no. Jack Crisp, 32 touches, 134 Supercoach points. This does happen from time to time with Collingwood players, but then the next week he could easily go 60.
So for those of you asking in the chat, Lockie Sullivan, he's projected to only get 41 this week, but that's what they do to 102k rookies. He's got a break even of minus 92. And if he scores 41, he still makes 60k.
Bang.
So we'll wait for teams, but I'm pretty all about getting him in this week. One up, one down. I think we can do this week.
I think I'm doing the exact same there, Mick. Talk to me about the Weagles, because what I've noticed is...
not them.
No, the Weagles,
Yep.
West Coast
Yeah,
Eagles.
them.
You know, the one thing that I've noticed, maybe it's a coincidence, maybe it's not, but the Eagles get absolutely pantsed for, one of the first, haven't been beaten this badly all year. And is it a coincidence that the W train didn't play? You tell me.
Yeah. So the W train's out. Yo's got a groin.
Jake Warman.
McGovern's hurt, and there's a little bit of mystery around what's going on there.
Jack
but then
Darling
they just had nothing.
Mm-hmm.
Darling's just shit. He's probably going to retire at the end of the year. But you're struggling when Alex Witherden, who's for me one of the original Cones as well, 31 touches, 141 Supercoach points, and he's just no good. But for Supercoach, it turns out that he is all right. So we're going to have to wait and see whether, if McGovern's out and we've got Yo out and Waterman out again, Waterman probably not so much, but those two big ones, Witherden could nearly be a play because the ball is going to live in their back line.
Yep. Well, we've seen this before. Like, this is what Witherden did. But the one thing that I'm a little bit concerned about with Witherden is that last year, when we saw Witherden with these high Supercoach scores, that was when Jaden Hunt was injured or not there. They're very comfortable with having Hunt with the ball in hand, and they still did it from time to time in this game. But
Jaden Hunt had CBAs this game.
He did. That's what I mean. That's why Witherden got a lot more of it as well, because Hunt got moved into the middle.
Yep.
So, but yeah, I don't think I can have that big. I'm not that ballsy enough to take a shot on Alex Witherden. Liam Duggan, though, 27 touches, 23 kicks for 106 Supercoach points. He was actually looking pretty good down back for the Eagles. Outmanned in the end there. And Harley Reid. I see Ian. He said how many tackle breaks for Harley. He did have a couple. He actually had a ripping play that led to the carpet lovers goal, Liam Ryan. Shrugged off, I want to say Josh Dacos maybe, but he was going head-to-head against Nick Dacos at some points, which is pretty cool to say.
Yeah, and Dacos was just unreal, wasn't he? But as I said earlier, 17 touches, 59 Supercoach points. The 17 touches is nice, but without the senior bodies of Elliot Yo inside and with him and Jinby, the two pretty much rookies, well, Jinby's in his second year, there's going to be a lot of up and down here for Reid, and I think his price may have just maxed out. So for me, he's probably the priority to trade out this week.
Also, too, Tim Kelly could not give a flying stuff about trying to help Harley Reid contain and hold the ball.
No. You're right. The last game, mate, we had a draw.
Unreal.
Adelaide versus Brisbane. Who was the cup for?
The Cam Ellis Yeoman.
Cameron Ellis Yeoman Cup.
Yeoman. Great game.
We'll start with Adelaide here. Jordan Dawson back in and amongst the Supercoach scoring, 142 Supercoach points. He was really good in this one, but Isaac Rankin was probably the standout, mate. 24 touches, 2 marks, 7 tackles, 3 goals, 14 contested possessions in 92% time on ground. Yeah. Are we buying stock in Isaac Rankin?
Mate, we were buying stocks in Isaac Rankin 2-3 weeks ago when we had Ryan, our absolute genius from Champion Data, coming in and saying, "Hey boys, Isaac Rankin is the guy that we're looking for in our forward line." We all said, "Let's pick up Isaac Rankin." Yes. Happy.
Since round 4, he's gone 88, 124, 85, 113, 93, 142.
Yep, and I have I've already received the message from Ryan, just gloating, saying, "Hey Rankin, hey, you just say that about Rankin." So yeah, Rankin, an absolute amazing game. Really love to see that, as well as this man Jordan Dawson having an absolute banger, and that's with Matt Crouch in the side as well. Say what?
What?
142 for Jordan Dawson, 27 disposals, 7 tackles, and he didn't actually have that many CBAs. He just does it all around the ground. But we've seen this for weeks, and he sometimes gets 80s. You just never really know what you're going to get, but a massive return here this game.
Yep. Rory Laird, 115. We said Matt Crouch, 112. Darcy Fogarty, 108, 4 goals. Riley O'Brien had 56 hitouts. 81 Supercoach points, so fuck all. Jake the Slug Saligo, 28 touches, 91 Supercoach points. I love his game. He's going to be such a good player for them, and no one else really of relevance. Dan Curtin got subbed out at halftime on 9 Supercoach points. For the Lions, Jared Berry continues to score well, 30 disposals off half-back, 118 Supercoach points. Dane Zorko, 26 touches, a little quieter this week, but still 117 Supercoach points, and definitely someone you need to look at bringing in. We'll bring up Calamar Chi in our Punters Club chat. That will happen in about 15 minutes' time, but he was the main reason behind us having a huge win in there. Hugh McCluggage went 100 again. Harris Andrews, 97. And where's Lockie Neal? All the way down, 79 Supercoach points. He's been a little bit inconsistent this year, hasn't he, mate?
Yeah, he has, and we would have expected a bit more from Neil. He normally does play well against the Crom, so it's a bit unfortunate. Dunkley as well, 89. Not really. And then when we're looking at these younger blokes for the Lions that they brought in with all these injuries that they've had, Morris, good to see him kick 2. That was great. Didn't do much else though, but it is what it is. There, Brain. The big Brain, what a man.
Brain.
36, but
he's got 12 brothers and sisters.
He does. He does have 12 brothers and sisters. So he goes for 36, and people might look at that and go, "Oh boy, have a look at this. We've got one here off 4 disposals and 3 marks."
Wow.
He was subbed on in the last quarter, and it was tight the whole time. It is definite scaling, all right? Yep. Settle down. If that wasn't for scaling, he would have been on 12.
You know who I'm a fan of in this game too, before we move on? Bruce Revel, the Breville, the sandwich maker himself. He is awesome. 102K rookie forward / mid. He's someone that you're going to want to get in, ladies and gentlemen, because he adds a little bit to their team, and 15 touches, 4 marks, only 53% time on field. He got caught on the bench a little bit, but 80% disposal efficiency. He's slick. I like him, and he's going to be in for me.
The really annoying thing is that we're going to have to make a choice between him and Lockie Sullivan to fully make it, unless you go a double downgrade week this week.
That's right.
And you may actually have to do it if you don't have a boost, because he's quite juicy. Both of them are quite juicy. Obviously, with Sullivan's price, I would probably lean Revel's job security is a bit better than Sullivan's.
Mm-hmm.
But Sullivan has the chance to get higher scores. But that's that.
So there are the games, ladies and gentlemen, for round 9. Now we're going to get into some hot guys.
Target acquired.
That is the wrong thingy.
It definitely is. Let's go.
This is why I'm hot.
No, I need that gunshot for Asa. I'm not letting him get away with that without tagging his ears.
Who left this guy in charge? Well, anyway, let's start the hot guys with Rowan Marshall. Bang, he's back.
Yep, absolutely. And speaking of other hot guys, we'll go with the absolute red-headed hot guy, and that is Ed Richards with an absolute bang without Libra in the side. We'd love to see that. And maybe a bit of toot as well, Horse, because Ollie Wines.
What did he get, 157? He was awesome.
Yeah, without Connor Rosie. So, you know, that's injuries, people step up, and this is what we see a lot in Supercoach. We're just going to make sure that we got to see if the roles are going to be there consistently, which in Wines' case, there will not be. Treloar, though, huge.
He was huge. I just don't trust those hamstrings that he has. He's a very good player, but week to week, probably not for me. Caleb Sarong and Butters, they're two elite midfielders, and they're people you're going to want in your midfield to finish off the year 100%. I can't say this bloke's name. Come on.
Zach Fisher, 140. Got to put him on the hot guys when you score 140 and get 35 disposal horse. Unbelievably, your man from the preseason, James Arms, goes bang, bang, 27 disposals, 4 goals. Pretty easy to be a half-forward flanker in that team when you're winning by almost 20 goals.
Yeah, absolutely. And then we've got the Nuke from the Hawthorn Footy Club, Jai Newcomb. Sex track with 5 goals, a career high, playing forward the majority of the game. Mason Redman, ladies and gentlemen, let's get our horns out. Fucking oath. He's back, baby. Paddy Cripps, he was really good for Carlton as well. What's that, sorry?
Don't confuse everyone. Red Dog's not back. All right, it's a great game, but don't pick him up.
No, don't pick him up, but he's back.
No, he's back.
He's back.
All right.
Bolterbet, he'll go over 100 this week.
Red Dog, who are you playing?
North.
Oh, fuck no. I'm not taking that. Not a goddamn chance. He's scoring 200.
Lloyd, Jake, Variety.
Meek.
Lloyd Meek too. We've got 2. We've got Jake Lloyd and we've got Lloyd Meek. So they're both in the hot guys this week.
Yeah,
the Thrill Neck Lizard himself. He's back in, Mr. Blakey. He was awesome on the weekend too.
Stinker last week. Good bounce back. Love to see it.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, Pickles has made his way into the hot guys.
Pickles. Quick, where's the Pickles? Quickly get a Pickles joke. Scrolling. Bear with us. It's worth it.
I got it.
Pickles is the kind of knob that is busy giving directions while everyone else is busy sitting in heavy lifting.
Yep. Pickles is the kind of bloke that turns and shoulders players to the head, knocks them out, and blames it on the player that got knocked out for putting their head there. Took Miller, Jack Steele, both pretty good on the weekend. I don't know whether I can say this guy. I support the Essendon Footy Club, but is this a typo, or is Nick Hind really a hot guy?
Well, he's a hot guy horse. And again, to all Essendon fans, you are welcome. I will take 100% credit for Nick Hind having a 120 in Supercoach. You're welcome.
Sam Walsh, really good again this week. Langford, he's currently 4th in the Coleman.
Yeah, fantastic, isn't it? That's the only reason that he is up that high is because Jake Waterman is missed this week. That is literally it.
Yep. Mac Andrew, he's getting the guy on the hot guys list this week. He's been really good this year as someone that came in as probably someone that needed to put on a bit of beef, but he's learning how to use his body really well and just getting to good spots. So good work by him. Isaac Heaney, I don't think he's left this list this year, has he?
No, I don't think he has. He's been absolutely exceptional. Tom Green's pretty much been up there except for last week, but he got injured, so he's back there. Alex Neil-Billen had an absolute ripping game on Thursday night against the Baggers, so he definitely makes it back in there. We've got our Nasiah Wangani Mellera. He's definitely in the hot guys list for the second week in a row after he gets another good game, halfback flanker against Hawks. North, easiest teams to score points for halfback flankers. The Diddley, Sam Flanders. Has he left it? I don't think so.
No. And the younger brother of Cam Guthrie, Zach Variety Guthrie. Not Cam. He's a hot guy this week. Daly Bale, Nick Dacos. They're both just guns. Witherden. Makes me feel so dirty reading out his name. Joe Richards in his first game. You're getting a mention on our hot guys list. The man from Wangaratta.
Great first game.
Yeah, absolutely. Scotty Pendlebury, he's on the hot guys list alongside Jack Crisp. I actually don't mind the Crisp shout out. He's still in the 400Ks and he's been really, really good the last few weeks. And the last got on here, Isaac Rankin, Jordan Dawson, and Dane Zorko to round us up with our hot guys.
Absolutely.
Now, when you have got hot guys, they look really hot in comparison to our cold guys.
Yeah, mate.
Yeah. Go.
Yeah. Cold guys. Look, We told you so. Blake Drury starts it off with the Cold Guys because he was shithouse. Shithouse again, subbed again. Yep, whatever. Banks for Richmond, Cold Guy. I could put most of Richmond on this Cold Guys list in fairness. Banks cold. Campbell on the Cold Guys list. Shy Bolton.
Mm-hmm.
Hell was that? Definitely on the Cold Guys list. Unbelievably, right, Horse? I can't believe this.
Yeah.
How the hell does your team kick 29 goals and you are a key forward and you kick 1 goal and have 9 disposals? Jamari Ugle-Hagan is 100% on the Cold Guys list. That's shocking.
Did you see how he's running into goal and he's like 25 metres out and he still kicked it out of bounds on the full?
Yeah, no, I missed that actually, but that's funny.
Yeah. He was bloody terrible. Jason Johannesson gets a mention on our Cold Guys list this week. Hopefully Herbie's listening in. Cadman, he was just bloody terrible this week. Massimo D'Ambrosio, pizza, pasta, wine, Ferraris, the whole lot. You're on a Cold Guys list, mate. And teams are looking to go through your wing in order to maximise their chances at scoring. That's probably not a good look, mate.
Horse. I made a muck up, Deadly. Just thank you very much for clarifying that, Deadly. Bit stiff calling Banks cold after getting knocked out. That's my bad. It was meant to be Broad, not Banks. I apologise.
Rightio.
Yep, did not want to put it on for someone that got injured.
Apologies, ladies and gentlemen. James Warple, he was a hot guy early in the year. He's been pretty cold the last couple of weeks. Hasty for St Kilda. He was pretty poor, wasn't he?
Did nothing at all.
Yeah. Voss and a miss did not much, and that's the same as Emmett for Fremantle. Could probably give him a pass after the week that they've had.
I thought that too, yeah.
Yeah. Matty Roberts, I think it's time that we sell.
I agree. Matty Roberts, absolutely time to sell. Yeah, I'm gone. Yeah. They're just not using him the same way that they did. They're getting the ball more into the frillneck lizard and Jake Lloyd's hands. So, not on that. Jordan Clark gets on the Cold Guys list, unfortunately. Just got shut down by Jordan. So, that's just how that goes. Oh, sorry. No, that's not Jordan Clark. That's Jai Clark, actually.
Jai Clark.
And he's gone.
Jordan Clark was cold too, but he got tagged. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly right. Cowan for the Baggers, I felt he was pretty bloody cold. Elijah Hollins, I didn't see him do much at all in such a close game. Did not do much at all. Ollie played well. Elijah did not. Harrison Petty, 2-time Cone of the Year champion leader.
Could he be a 3-time? It's coming, ladies and gentlemen.
There's definitely a chance, that's for certain.
And then we've got Jack Darling, who had 7 touches for 36 Supercoach points. I believe he injured his nose at some stage, but he looks like he's pretty much done at the elite level. He looked really poor today when he was on the ground. And Alwyn Davey Jr., yes, he kicked a goal, but he had 3 touches for 32 Supercoach points. He obviously didn't hear the shout-out being the Cone of the Week last week. And, mate, if you want to hear Skiddy go off again, this is the kind of shit that our man Jake is looking for. So, and just before we continue on to our injury report, mate, we've got a 2,603 in the chat by Andrew Davenport. Congratulations, mate. That is awesome. Thoughts on track at the moment? I started him, but not really liking what I've seen this year. Yeah, I'm sort of neither here nor there on him at the moment, mate. I would be 100% all over him if he had that forward option, but given that there are better mids, I'm probably steering clear at the moment.
Yeah, it's tough with him moving a lot more forward because Melbourne kind of need him down forward and they have other guys that can roll through the guts. So that's why it's just a bit hard to really trust track completely. 45th overall this week. What an absolute legend on you, Andrew.
That's awesome, mate. Congratulations. Let's get into the injury report, mate.
Hey, that was funny, Ian. I like that.
We'll get to the comments shortly. Pitnett hurt his finger in the Carlton win. You'd expect him to be okay for next week, but we'll get a gauge on how that is during the week. Adam Chera, though, pinged a hammy. Early indications are that it may be a 3 to 4 weeker. Blues do have good cover through the midfield, and you'd expect the likes of Hewitt to come in and just fill that role for a couple of weeks.
Yep, absolutely. Jezza Cameron, he'll sit out next week after going for a HIA. That's unfortunate. He'd be stoked, though. Doesn't have to go up to Darwin in that heat. So smart by Jezza. Banks, unfortunately, he will be under HIA for getting knocked out. So all the best to Banks. Rioli Jr. hurt his leg, looked to be in a little bit of pain, but
Yeah, I think it's a syndesmosis type injury that he's got now.
Damn, hate that. We've got Graham. He did another hamstring. That's not good for him. He'd probably sit there, get his body right, get a bit of time in there. Another injury for Richmond. Hate to see that for them. Young Jackson Archer. So he hobbled off, but just like his old man, tough as absolute nails, came back on. He's fine.
Yeah, good.
Played out the rest of the game. It was before the sub happened as well, and he waved off the sub, said, "Nah, I'm going back out there," and then got literally crunched about 3 minutes later by Jed Walter and got back up again and was like, "Nah, I'm fine."
What a man. And talking about the Archer name, had a highlights package pop up just before we went live tonight of Glenn Archer and Stevens versus Wayne Carey in the first face-off when Carey went to Adelaide. And the flinch, yeah.
Absolutely. Deadly's just
Jeremy
said that
Howe.
Rick got 8 weeks minimum with surgery.
Who's that, sorry?
For Morris Rioli Jr.
Poor thing. Oh, best luck to Morris Rioli Jr. Jeremy Howe pinged his groin. Dare say it'll be 3 to 4 weeks given his age. Harrison hurt his ankle and was subbed off early, unsure as to what extent of damage has occurred.
That was a weird one for me because he walked off the ground or was lightly helped off the ground and then was sitting on the bench and then had 2 medics like walk him down the race, like assist him down the race. And I was like, okay, how did you ran off and now you can't walk from the bench down? Yeah.
Sometimes when you take the shoe off, then the ankle expands if you've got the swelling there. So Jack Bytel in his first game with Collingwood will miss next week under HIA. He got a concussion in this game. Jack Petrocelli hurt his ankle as well and was subbed off early. Darling hurt his snoz. I didn't see how bad it was, just reading the reports that he should be okay for next week. McGovern, though, I texted you about this one. So he ended up scoring 116. He was on 90 at halftime and then went off with what is being described as an internal injury.
Yeah, right. An internal injury. Yeah.
Do you know? Yeah, I don't like the sounds of that.
No, so I saw him. I don't see what happened to him, but they showed him like hunched over on the ground with two medics on his side, and I didn't get fully across what actually happened to Jeremy McGovern. Hopefully, I don't know if it's broken ribs, but they just said it's internal something, but they didn't actually say what was wrong with him yet. So we're going to have to be watching out for what's wrong with old Puddin' McGovern there. And then Worrell, oh, geez, that looked bad, didn't it? That looks like he's broken his collarbone against Brisbane. That's annoying because he was playing very, very well. So
he's been playing some really good footy. And you saw when the camera went up to Matthew Nicks and Matthew Nicks had his head in his hands.
Holy shit, Kizza, settle down, brother. We appreciate that and love you very much. Thank you, my man. He's just getting that's obviously what he's just gotten out of from today, mate.
Wow. This man has been awesome. We're going to get to Kiz in a minute, but this guy has been exceptional in the Discord alongside the likes of Asa and Suva and Deadly and all these guys getting involved in the chat. We do love what this community brings to the floor, and especially after the news of McCarthy and a few blokes in there talking about the Are You Okay and the mental health thing. I feel confident in saying that we do have a really good safe space in there where there is no shame in talking about what's on your mind and how you're feeling and all that sort of jazz. And even if it's not in that public forum, that we're happy to accept text via DMs if you're not right. And again, we're happy to chat and just be there as someone to listen in on. So Kizza, thank you. We do appreciate it. You are a legend of a bloke and we love what you do for our Discord along with everyone else. And for those of you that aren't involved in our Discord, the link is below in our description. Please jump in. You don't even have to say too much. Just sit there and read what we've got to say. And there's no there's no ugly chat in there. It's all positive, it's all footy. We love talking shit because if anyone starts to go off on their tangents or starts to throw a bit of mud in there, then we kick them out straight away. So thank you.
Absolutely. Couldn't have said it better myself, mate. You're absolutely bang on the money there. Melbourne Stars are chokers in BBL.
Yeah.
Horrible. Shocking name, but yes, trade D'Ambrosio.
What we're going to do now, mate, is I'm glad that this man jumped in right now because we're going to talk about perhaps one of the greatest things that's come about the Discord, and that's our Punters Club.
Here comes the money.
Here we go. Money talk.
Here comes the money.
Yes, Horse, the Punters Club. A very, very great group of blokes there, just getting their tips in, doing what they need to do.
So before we talk about our Punters Club and money one and all that sort of jazz, we do remind people that you gamble responsibly and you only gamble what you can afford to lose. So there is no pressure in there. Like for me, I'm a $5 bettor. I don't bet anymore because, well, again, I only bet what I can afford to lose. And if I lose, then so be it. It's all for a bit of fun. So I'm going to read the quote from Kizza today in our Discord for the ladies and gentlemen at home. So he's written in here 10 minutes before the Brisbane Adelaide game. We're going to have a look at Archie for goals today at odds. Named in the forward pocket and won't be in the back line with Zorko now secure at half back. Just need him to kick one goal for a profit for us as a Discord, hoping he takes the McCarthy role. So as if you've been watching in the past, ladies and gentlemen, McCarthy did his ACL last week. Best wishes to you in your recovery, mate. But it's these sorts of smart people. It's not just us, but there's other really intelligent people here that pick up on this sort of stuff. So one goal was paying $3. 2 goals was paying $17.38. 3 goals was paying $84.47. And sure enough, this man's picked out an absolute winner. I'm not going to say how much money that he won, but a $84 bet that he's freely given out to the community, not trying to hide behind smoke and mirrors, and gone, there you go, ladies and gentlemen. If you want to take it on, go nuts. If not, and of course it doesn't always work out, but it's this sort of insight that we've got in the community where, again, people are having a lot of fun.
Yep, absolutely. He also had Jeremy Howe for the same thing before Howe was confirmed playing forward. He kicked one early and then gets subbed off. So money back on that, but that's all right. We also too have to give a shout out to our man Asadoxian, who is putting forward his spreadsheets for the boys. And these things, they are a little bit, they're in the beta at the moment. We are going to say that. Don't take everything, but in his spreadsheets, takes all these different scenarios and everything like that, and he put it in there. And I flagged one thing from the Collingwood West Coast game for his spreadsheets that came forth, and that was that the spreadsheet said that there was a 97.90% chance that Alex Witherden was going to get 30 disposals. And I went, are you sure these numbers are right, Asa? And he said, I think so, but obviously it's still in the beta, so don't trust it.
He got 30 touches. The first time this year, he got 30 touches.
He got 31 disposals, and I didn't even check what it was paying, but I'm pretty sure it was like $12.
More.
Yeah, our boys are all over it. I give my in-depth look at the prior sides and give a multi. Take what you like from that as well. A couple of one of those hit this weekend as well, which is nice. Unfortunately, I didn't bet at all on Saturday, so that's all right. But between all of us, our great minds as well, even if you're not sure about your multi, just want to throw it up there and get our thoughts on it. Because there may be, obviously, we need every leg to hit. If there's one thing that you didn't notice, like let's say, for instance, it was Archie for disposals, but Kizza picked up that Archie was playing forward instead of wing or something like that, then obviously we're not going with the disposals market. So, 100%. Great, good. And come join us.
Absolutely. So that's the type of thing that you can look forward to if you're part of our punters chat. Again, you gamble responsibly, and you can only, or we encourage you to only gamble what you can afford to lose. And as Deadly would say, always Lockie Bramble responsibly. And I'm going to put this up. Kizza and Asa, they are the dynamic duo. They are all good things in there. Now, I'm sorry, mate. I know you're a bit happy about how we're going in the Punters Club, but I need you to get in the zone. There is one segment that is going to be talked about in the year 3000 probably. It's something that's only been going for about 5 weeks now, but is the talk of all things inside fantasy sports, including the guys from NRL that get across and love this and want to take it on. I speak of none other than the Cone of the Week. Uh-oh.
I'm meaning business. All righty. I'm fired up now, Horse, because there has been some absolute disgraceful crap that has gone along in the AFL this weekend, all right? A couple of things that are cone-worthy. I could have started off on that Thursday night game. How the hell that Jacob Van Rooyen tackle is a dangerous tackle that Dyer into a close game has got me stuffed. Could have given it to that umpire, but no, I will let that slide. Honourable mentions, Horse. I'm going to give it to the whole of the Richmond Football Club, the whole of the North Melbourne Football Club, and the whole of the West Coast Eagles Football Club. Weak as piss, weak as piss, weak as piss. Be better, and I don't think you're going to be better. You can try and pick which one's that. Injured, shit. Right, now let's get to the players, because Angus Hasty, that is one of the shittest performances in a game that's tight when your team needs to win and you put in no effort to try and help them win that game. Nah, don't like that. Only 12 Supercoach points, 9 disposals for the game. But, Horse.
Yes.
There's only one man that could have got Cone of the Week this week, and that was Aaron Cadman.
Oh, no.
Shithouse performance there against Essendon. This is a team that you have to try and play well against, and you're getting beaten by Jaden Laverde?
Uh-oh.
Are you pissing me up the wall? He got belted the week before by no one. He got beaten by space in the defensive 50, and you are making him look like Harris Andrews. I could not believe it. 5 touches for a whole game. 5. I know you're a young player, Aaron, and as I always say, you do not cop this for being shit. You just need to rock it up your ass, and that's what I'm doing, mate, because you're better than that. But Aaron Cadman, Cone of the Week, weak as piss, be better.
Wow. And you know what? You're spot on, because Jaden Laverde makes Oxygen look tough. So, Aaron Cadman, it is thoroughly deserved. I'm not about to jump in on your party, mate, but Laverde is not the best backman in the comp, and if you're going to serve up that kind of shit, Cadman, you thoroughly deserve our squeeze of the week. Cone of the Week, sorry.
We have a late entry for Cone of the Week. Mick Tell.
What did I do?
You called it Squeeze of the Week.
I did.
Cone of the Week.
I did.
Horse, weak as piss, be better.
You know what? You're absolutely right. I need to be better. I'm sorry, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages. I will be better next time. Mate, should we get into some questions?
Yeah, absolutely, mate.
All right, let's find this.
It's question time. Let's answer your questions for the week ahead.
Now, I don't like coning you, Horse, all right?
I am. For those of you that have just jumped in the chat, I am absolutely copying it. And you know what? I am just going to have to cop it on the chin.
It's almost like we scripted that, but we're not smart enough. That's just us.
What? All right. So let's get into it. Craig, thank you for joining us, mate. Hi, boys. Hope you're well and had a great week. I've already gone Robertson, Cadman to Zorko and Sullivan. Just a no-brainer? I think so, mate.
Yep, love that. Yep, absolutely love that. Zorko's roll-off halfback for Brisbane. Beautiful. Same as the Diddley from the Suns in Sam Flanders.
Yep. Evening, lads. Tommy, nice to see you, brother.
And
Suva, our community is only as good as what it is because of people like you, mate. Thank you very much. And love having you a part of it. Scorched Earth, just seconding what we said about mental health and that it ain't weak to speak. Scorched Earth is just saying his inbox is open all the time as well. Craig, likewise, thank you for discussing mental health.
Mm-hmm.
And you're right. It's okay to not be okay. Bit of funny stuff. Pickles is the type of bloke that would not give you a 5-star review on Apple Podcasts or on Spotify. I hate those guys.
Also, I've got to quickly go back to our Punters Club really quickly. Also, Ray Levels Up had a beautiful $4 money doubler as well. Absolute ripping one on that as well, which I got on. Just a nice little fluffer, and I really love that from Ray. So yeah, good on him.
Absolutely. Pickles is a type of legend to smash out 128 after a couple of dickheads dedicated a whole stream to trash. Guilty.
We weren't trashing him. We were just trashing what he has done. All right. There's a difference. Yep. I'm sure he's a great bloke. Sometimes.
No doubt. Hands and Heels, thank you for joining us, mate. RIP to Mr. McCarthy. Hit you very hard this passing. Was having a beer with him only 5 weeks ago at the Waffle. Wouldn't know he may have been fighting demons. South Freo got the job done yesterday for him. That's awesome. That's awesome to hear that. And I'm sorry for you, mate, that you're going through this. And again, our inbox, our Discord is open if you do want to sit, have a chat with us, or just jump on a stream, have a frothy, throw some comments in the chat. It is okay to not be okay.
Yep, absolutely.
Ian Johnson, can't believe there are so many draws in the last couple of weeks. Weak as piss. It's not going to win. Be better. You know what? Yeah, absolutely right.
Yep, couldn't agree more.
Ian Johnson again. Pickles is the type of bloke to do all the legs in the 81-1 range and add an extra leg and lose it. Pickles is the kind of bloke who would schedule 2 Insight Fantasy Sports live streams at the same time. I'm sorry, Philly. I know the NRL boys are going on, but it's Mother's Day, mate. So we wanted to.
What do you want us to do, Phil? Like, when the games finish, tell the AFL or the NRL to not schedule the last game being on a Sunday.
That's okay. We get pissed, Phil. Be better. Junkie, chat. Is it time to trade out Harley Reid? I think it is, mate.
Yeah, it's about there, mate. Yep, I agree. Without Yo, especially.
Yep. Pickles is the kind of bloke who wouldn't notice Big Horse enjoying the previous Pickles jokes on a live stream. Yeah, absolutely right, mate. You better say hello, mate.
Yeah, already did. Yep. Get over there to Scorched Earth. I hope if she wants the bleached arseholes Dropbox pics, let me know. I won't send them, though.
Just by the way, Skiddy, if this first game on Thursday is not the Ablett Junior Cup, there's going to be issues. There's already people talking about the cup names. I'd love to see that.
Yeah, you do. I swear there was another player that went from Geelong to the Sun. So you know me, Deadly. I like to keep everyone on their toes.
There was the Ruckman Smith.
Oh yeah, Zach Smith.
Yep. There's others that I can think of off the top of my head as well.
Was one of the college Jasneys? Not Cade, the other one. No, he was Melbourne.
No, he was Melbourne.
Yep, sorry.
Yeah.
I'll research.
Thank you for joining us, Zoravar. Is ranking an option? 100% he's an option, mate.
It was an option 2 weeks ago when our man Ryan from Champion Data came on here and told us all about that, and I've been seconded since. And then I told everyone to pick up Dylan Moore, which also went well.
Deadly's shouting it out.
Zach Smith Cup inbound.
Now, this may just look like a normal comment, but there's a tough conversation about to happen around Matty Roberts, who needs a short spell.
Mm-hmm.
This is our Sydney specialist that is in the chat saying this, who is all over things Sydney and GWS related. I would take particular note of this, ladies and gentlemen. Mm-hmm. If Phil's saying this, or as we know him as Golden Tonsils is saying it, because most of what he says is spot on, I'd be probably looking to move him on because he may just, I reckon even Parker may come in for him this week.
Yeah, good shout. Really good shout.
Pickles is the kind of bloke who orders a shandy, no doubt.
Brilliant.
Pickles is the kind of bloke that does the opposite trades to Horse and Skiddy and captain himself. Yep. I hate those guys.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Newman is going to cop it next week.
Yeah, so that was I think because they're playing Sydney, aren't they? So I think he's going to get I think he's going to get the Jordan tag.
Yep.
Interesting.
Yes.
The
amount of times the fucker grab it out of the ruck and just punted it is disgusting. He's probably talking about.
It's got to be Tristan Xerri.
Yeah.
I would assume so. But I think that wasn't at the same time. There might be someone else then. Because I did say someone else was doing that.
Yeah, I'm not sure. Harley Reid, back-to-back 50s has to go. Give me a 35-year-old Dane Porco instead.
Dane Porco.
Yeah. I think so. Yeah.
Oh, Rowan Marshall, who it was.
Rowan Marshall. So Ahmed Frog, we were talking earlier about rookies that play throughout the first year. Dakes also played a little bit half forward just to sort of take the tension away from himself and a bit less body contact. So, spot on.
Yep, absolutely.
Ian Johnson, 2,305 this week. Scorched Earth. I'll put that up because that is still a good score. Good work, mates.
Beautiful.
2,466 for Scorch. That's awesome.
Scorch got me. I think I got 2,372, which is probably my best this year, which is nice.
Yep. Both Garcia boys are delivering for us. They are nice, but too late to get either of them in. Rookie coach AFL, thank you for joining us tonight, mate. Nice. Mm-hmm. He's up. He's in the top 9%. That's awesome. And he got a 2,391 this week. So well done.
Love that.
Ian, I made my trains and forgot to change my captains. Had Gorn as captain. That sucks.
My best mate did the exact same thing and had it was like a second late trying to get it over to Dacos.
Oh, no. Is Sheasel a trade considering his role now?
Yes, so Sheasel is definitely a trade. He was a trade 2 weeks ago as well. We said we could trade him at max price if you want to go sideways, if you want to burn the trade. If not, you're just going to have to just keep on holding. I don't think those 130s are going to be as consistent unless he moves back to the half-back line.
I'm holding for now. Pickles is the kind of bloke who uses a bin liner for the outdoor recycling bin.
Oh, Jesus.
I hate those guys.
It all goes in. Don't worry about the smell. Should be right.
Yeah. Let's continue on here.
Kizzy, you don't miss, do you? Bloody hell, mate.
I'm waiting for Cone of the Week to see if it is the double-fisted celebration for a behind. not quite. How was Kelly Underwood bloody getting around that point?
Oh, my mate.
Are you surprised?
Nothing she does surprises me anymore. After she called the Giants the orange team, I lost every faith in her of having any credibility in the AFL. I literally muted that Adelaide game as soon as I heard her voice. Yeah,
and this isn't a knock on females who commentate because Sarah Jones, I think, does a good job, and Abby Holmes does a good job, and there's several Nat Edwards.
Yep. Abby Holmes and McCarthy, I believe she is. She plays for the Western Bulldogs W, and she's on Triple M. She is magnificent.
Yeah,
and I feel so bad that I've forgotten her first name, but yeah, she does Triple M sometimes. Mm-hmm. She is so bloody good. And how Underwood is still commentating when we have these professional great women that are able to commentate. Yeah, even Daisy Pearce was good.
Daisy Pearce was good. Yeah,
like. Underwood is horrible. How? It's got me. Kate McCarthy. Thank you. I was going to say Meg McCarthy, but I knew that was wrong. Thank you, Kate McCarthy.
She was part of the basketball game on Saturday night.
That's why that was stuck in my head. Yeah, but I knew it was wrong. But yeah, Kate McCarthy, fantastic.
Is there any chance that Kelly Underwood gets a sneaky Cone of the Week nomination?
Oh, mate, she's Cone
because she needs to be better. Yeah,
I don't think she can, mate. It's been 3 years of this crap.
Arson Dragon got 25-25 this week. That's awesome. Well done. Armoured Frog, what worries me, I dare not curse it, the Bombers are a far better side when 2 metre Peter is in there, even if he doesn't do much. He seems to straighten them up from defence to wing and or forward. Mate, I'm all over that with you. He definitely does. Deadly, hopefully Laverty's time's up. For those of you that missed it earlier, ladies and gentlemen, Zach Reid had 25 touches, 10 marks and was near best on in the VFL and more importantly got through a full game. So that's what we love to see.
Great to hear.
Pickles is the kind of bloke that will do a celebration for a behind and look like a dickhead. Yep. The OG Cone, had 4 goals and 21 touches in the VFL today.
Yeah, well, the Zinger had 42 disposals today in the VFL. That's Riley Sanders. You'll love to see it. I'm pretty sure that Dogs VFL side must have taken the piss because I think Caleb Daniel had like 25 as well. So they just dominated from what I heard. I didn't actually check the thing.
Pickles is the kind of bloke that knocks over his beer and blames it on someone else.
Oh, bloody oath he is.
Yeah. Armoured Frog. Who's the biggest problems from worst to least? Shees, Reid, or Fife? Reid is your number one trade out, followed by Fife, followed by Sheasel.
Yep. Sheasel's definitely your last just purely because Sheasel still does have the upside to go large. And he is the easiest to trade out as well, having the most coin. Yep.
We've got Skid Spitz in the chat. Mate, send us through where you're at the moment. He was top 100, I think, last week. So I'd love to know where you are, mate. Joe from the Centre Bounce, he does do some good quality content over there as well. I'm just happy we have enough cash gen this year. Makes up for my poor use of trades early in the season. Mate, you and I both. I am really struggling at the moment. But sometimes that is Supercoach. Ryan, I know Ryan is a good-looking bloke, but we don't want to look at that face or not. Yeah, sorry. My apologies.
That's all right. Just be better.
Had a lot of footy on your Mother's Day plate, Skiddy?
Yeah, mate, that was my whole morning while the misso slept in before I had to make her coffee and brekkie. So, yeah, just a nice 3-hour footy cram session, which I'm not complaining about.
Asking the Cats to play in the humidity of TIO Stadium in Darwin should be classed as elderly abuse.
I know Phil hates the Cats,
yeah,
but
I know. But that's
brilliant.
Cool.
That's brilliant by him. Yep, really good.
My side's a mess. No boost, crunch with underperformers all round. Same here, mate. Going to back horse and keep 5. Yeah, I think so, mate. Out of the ones that are in and around the 400k mark, he's the one that's getting all the CBAs, and he's the one most likely to score well.
Yeah.
Joe from the centre bounce, Sexton, thumbs up. Yep, I played him as well, mate. I ended up trading Howes and moving Sexton into my back line last week, and it worked an absolute treat.
Beautiful.
What else we got here? G's North could use a big-bodied key back like a Ben McKay type, for example.
Yeah, but
just smile. Don't say anything. Don't say anything. Don't say anything. Don't. Say
yeah, mate.
I am enjoying having him at the Essendon Footy Club. Armoured Frog is suggesting that Footy Show suggested 2 10-10 conferences if Darwin comes into the comp or Northern Territory come into the comp.
Okay. Interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, don't mind that.
Pickles is the type of knob that is busy giving directions while everyone else is doing the heavy lifting. 100%.
Yeah. Yep, absolutely.
I can get 2 players for Reed and Fife. We'll love your help, guys, later in Discord. Who absolutely, mate. You know where to find us, brother. Easy done. I've got a heap starred, mate. Kelly is all about himself, not the type of bloke you sell the farm for, build a team around.
That's
absolutely, mate. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, Tim Kelly, yeah. Apparently AFL are liking the idea of the conferences now, so that's a very, very interesting take.
Very valid take. Rankin has Collingwood, Hawks, Eagles, Tigers, Swans before the bye.
Mm-hmm.
That's pretty juicy.
Yeah, it's not bad. Not bad. I mean, as long as you get past the Collingwood game there, yeah, I like that.
Yeah.
And then I guess you can bypass it anyway because you've got that 146 in rotation now anyway, so that's fantastic.
The Crows and Lions should have been called the Disappointment Cup, with both having 3.5 wins through 9 rounds. Jeez, it must be dizzy from the top there, Phil.
Yeah, isn't it? Jeez, he doesn't. He's got no problem with throwing a bit of filth around, doesn't he?
Yeah, doesn't he? Sammy Durham, honorary hot guy, just because I would marry him. He's such a hot guy.
Yeah, he's probably my favourite bomber. I'm not going to lie to you.
Liam Beasley, thank you for joining us, mate. Should I go track this week or Butters? I'd go Butters.
I know it's a bit more coin, but I much prefer Butters' ceiling and floor compared to Petrarca, who's playing more forward.
Yeah. Corey Blackledge, like the Hind price at 230k. I'm going to keep this nice and short, mate.
It's all yours.
No. No. Nah. No. Never. No. Be better, Corey.
Yeah.
Nick Hine looks like the kid from the Camp Quality logo got lost and ended up in the middle of a footy game.
Hey, he did pretty bloody good at this.
I want to highlight this again. Andrew Davenport.
That's okay.
45th overall this week.
Woo.
2,603. Congratulations, mate. That's awesome.
Love that.
Jump in our Discord, mate. We'd love to talk your team with you. And, jump in and talk with everyone else, mate. I think everyone else would love to hear your thoughts and opinions.
Mm-hmm.
Cal Gray, thanks. Thanks for joining us, Cal.
Mm-hmm.
Trade or hold Cheezel?
Yeah, as we said before, mate. Cheese, obviously off that halfback role, he's not going to go as high as he normally would. You can hold, but we also said 2 weeks ago when this role changed that he could be a sell for a Luke Ryan kind of type or something like that, someone with a bit more steady ground. It's going to be a bit up and down. Yeah,
for sure, mate. Someone checked Jed Walter's birth certificate. No 18-year-old is meant to be that. He's a monster of a man.
That is so true. Absolutely massive.
Jonas, he is the GOAT with some of these calls. Pickles is the kind of bloke who plays basketball with small children, blocking all their shots and yelling, "Get that shit out of here."
Yep.
Just going to highlight this again because what an extraordinary man he is. Thank you so much, mate, and thank you for the
very much appreciated
positive words. Melbourne Stars are chokers in the BBL. Says, should I trade D'Ambrosio?
Yes.
Si. Molto. Yes.
Oh,
si.
Yeah. I'll trust her. Yeah, whatever. Culo.
Yeah. Fuckofsky. Deadly. May as well start printing money once Ass's AI gets up and going.
Oh, 100%. Can't wait for that. Just Easy.
Yeah. There's a lot that I haven't started in here.
Munda Difflin, Cadman just played like absolute shit and got locked up by Laverde somehow. And yes, I'll say that again. He got locked up by Laverde. I don't understand how that happens.
And just because of our Punters Club tonight, the bookies have taken a bath. Christmas is cancelled for them. And I'm getting a bit of hate here for calling it the squeeze of the week, not the cone of the week. Have to take it on the chin horse. Yeah, I will. That's Pickles type behaviour horse. Yeah, it is. Jeez, I'm sorry. Pickles is the kind of dirty bastard to do a reverse kangaroo at the in-laws joint.
How dare
they? Be better. Jonas, Pickles is the kind of bloke who takes Viagra just so he doesn't have to hang the towels on the line. Deadly. Harley and Carol to Sullivan and Rowan Marshall. See you next week for Fade Gone.
Oh, very nice. Okay. Yeah, he's gone Romo already. I like it.
Oh, right. This is the one I was thinking for Geelong Gold Coast.
Yeah. Oh, George Hollis-Smith. Yeah, that is a good one there by Corey.
I love that. But again, no one's going to know until Wednesday night. If you get 9 out of 9 guesses for who these cups are, we will send you a $70 pack thanks to the guys at the Standard Squeeze.
Yes, sir.
Ian Johnson's Pickles is the type of bloke that doesn't worry about sunscreen in 40-degree heat at the beach and then complains he has 3rd-degree burns.
Yep.
You're right.
That's about
right. Phil, the Sydney specialist, tonsil specialist, not much more you could want, really.
Brilliant.
Kizza, 2,478 this week, moved into 28K overall from 81K start of the season. Mate, green arrows is all we ask. Corey, I'm down with you, mate. Not quite 49K. I'm, I think, 30K at the moment. 2236 and had a donut. Yeah, I had 2271, mate. Not too far behind you for this week.
Mm-hmm. That's all right, mate. We keep moving. It's only round 9.
Another one. Kath Lothnan. Or Lothnan, however you say it. She's pretty good too.
Yep, she does well at the hosting. Because her and Sarah are more hosts rather than actually play-by-play.
Yep. G'day, Hoof. Nice to see you, mate. Thoughts on Harley Reid, Roberts, and Nguyen to Miller, Fisher, and Sullivan? You can answer Fisher, but I'd say yes to Miller and I'd say yes to Sullivan.
I think it's going to be around that kind of price range that he's looking for Zach Fisher. But I'd
rather McKercher.
I would also like McKercher as well. Yeah. Yep. I could definitely say that. But I'd probably go McKercher as well at a discounted price.
Yeah. The Zinger had 42 touches in the VFL today, 30 handballs.
Love that.
Thanks for joining us, Elise. D'Ambrosio is a must trade for me this week. Who would you recommend? I would probably recommend downgrading all the way down to Sullivan.
Yep, I like that too. I was going to say, downgrading to Sullivan. But if you want to go upgrade, then you'd be looking at, Bailey Dale. You could even wait around another week for Tom Stewart. So you could downgrade this week, then go Tom Stewart the next week when he goes down another one. If it has to be this week, you would go in something like, Lockie Whitfield, but around that price, that's probably roughly about it.
Yeah,
Whitfield.
Around that 500. Yeah, that 500K mark, you're looking Bailey Dale, you're looking Isaac Rankin, you're looking Dane Zorko type of areas.
Shit, Bailey Dale's actually up to 550K now.
Oh, wow. Lucky we got on that early. Skitsfits, 2,414 dropped to 130th. Mate, I wish I was 130th. Keep us posted each week to let us know how you're going.
Yes, sir, Skitsy.
Oh, very valid chat here, mate. Did Max end up getting the ball out of your front yard or did Pickles come and grab it?
Ian, good call.
No.
To the lovely lady and Max, the ball is still there. Don't you worry about that. I'm keeping it safe for you. Please come and get it. It is there for you, Max. I would not disappoint. It's still there for you, mate.
Max, I'm looking down the screen at you, mate. Be better.
Oh, good. I was about to say, don't say the whole thing to him.
No, I'm not. Sports Clips, thanks for joining us, mate. Reid and Carroll out for Malera and Revel. I don't like Malera.
Yeah, if you could not do Nasiah Wanganeen Millera, if you could.
He's okay. I thought he was talking about Wayne Malera from Adelaide.
Oh yeah, I would. Sure, I'd hope it would be Nasiah Wanganeen Millera.
I would say at that price, geez, I'm not even sure.
I mean, if you want to go big balls, you could probably go have a crack at Blakey at 515, Whitfield at 514, Nasai Wanganeen Miller is around 500, just under. I would rather pay the extra 50 to go to Bailey Dale or wait a week for Tom Stewart.
Isaac Rankin's role, mate. He's 520. I'd jump on him if you got the cash.
Yeah, if you could swing a forward to get Rankin, then yeah, I would go with that as well. If not, you just go for another like a double downgrade kind of, kind of biz, or try and get someone into the midfield at range.
Craig, can we start to consider Wilson as an F6 keeper, considering Reid looks like he's part of it? He'll be a future superstar, but looks like he's a magnificent cash cow, but not a keeper. Yes, we've made some cash out of Reid, but as we said earlier, mate, without the bigger bodies like Yo, McGovern going down back, not that it directly affects Reid, but without the senior players like we saw today, Campbell Chesser got 61, and he wouldn't have gotten over probably 50 in his career. So they're relying on people that probably aren't up to AFL level and being good AFL footballers at the moment. And I think that's going to affect Harley Reid. Yeah, he might have some 80, 90 weeks, but when we're talking about Supercoach, I don't believe that he's a keeper, and I believe that we need to move on him now before he drops too much cash. So I'll do a quick check, mate, just for those of you that are watching from home. So Harley Reid is now 443K, which is awesome. He's made us 235K, but his break even this week is 134. So considering he's not a keeper, I think now's the time to move where you can bring in an elite talent.
Especially going up against the D's, like that's rough. There is a very good chance that he may not even touch the ball in the midfield because Bailey Williams is not going to be able to beat Max Gawn.
No, and then you've got the likes of Oliver, Jack Viney, Petraka, these sorts of players run through. It's going to be a hard week.
Yeah, exactly right.
Yeah. Kizza, is there an award for a player that gets cone of the week and then tons up in the same season?
Nope. Nope, he's just still a cone.
Pickles is the type of bloke who watches the stream and then adds Big Horse and Skiddy to his revenge list. Is this like, what's that? Is it Happy Gilmore? No, that's the other one. What's the other one with Adam Sandler?
Billy Madison.
Billy Madison.
Yeah.
Munda Difflin, thank you for joining us again, mate. What happened to Cadman? He shit the bed.
Yeah.
Skiddy.
That's your Munda Difflin. That is your cone of the week for this week is Aaron Cadman, because somehow he had his pants pulled down by Jaden Laverde, the man that would have gotten beaten in a one-on-one by the behind post.
You know what? This isn't the first time I've been called this, so I'm going to throw this up.
I called that guy.
Pickles is the kind of bloke who makes a public announcement that Big Horse is Gary Lyons' bastard son. I've had that, and I've also been called Craig Lowndes' lost son as well. So, yeah, I get a bit of it.
That's good. I haven't heard Gary Lyons before. That's funny.
Samadhi, can you loop someone in the back or get mid or forward, or you can go Stewart if you want?
I think he was trying to help out our mate from before with sports clips. I agree with him. Yeah, he said Malira is a bit dangerous. Yeah, I absolutely agree with that.
Pickles is the kind of bloke to leave 5 cents in the poker machine and reserve it with the best jackpots and go for a dart for an hour. Hate those guys.
Oh, you can't be doing that on the Bricky's laptop. Come on, mate.
Your accent has gone when saying D'Ambrosio. Weak as piss, be better horse. Massimo D'Ambrosio. I'm very sorry, mate.
I'll tell you, when they're right, horse. And it hasn't been your night, all right? You're going to reassess for Wednesday.
I think I've had a bit of a Cadman tonight. It's no good.
It's a bit of a mare, all right? Hey, 1 out of 9, though. That's not bad.
Yeah, that's right.
And all the preseason crap.
What else we got here? Shout out to Max in here. Samadhi, Yeah, go him. Then you can trade if he does bad for 2 weeks straight, but he's definitely not a top 6 defender. Yeah, I'm with you, mate.
Bingo, yep. If you talk about Nasai Wangan and Miller, yeah, absolutely bang on there, mate.
And Munda Difflin, considering trading out Powell and Cadman for Track and Revel.
I like it, I think. Let me get back to you that on Munda Difflin. I want to see if there's another midfielder that I'd prefer around the same price of Track at the moment. Just because, you may just want to overpay just to get a little bit more certainty in there if Track's going to continue playing forward. He's not kicking 5 every week.
No, jump into our Discord, mate. We will have the answers for you in there. And not just Jake and I. There are also other people in there that definitely know their footy and will help you out in there as well. No, I'm not putting that up on the screen, Jake.
I like it though, because I'm obviously the cone master and I decide who gets cone. So that means you just be cone of the podcast every single week. I like that idea, Ian.
Every single week.
I just don't have to give it to myself.
What about Steele? Would you bring in Steele instead of Track?
I'd go Steele over Track just because he is more cemented into that midfield rather than Track going forward, having to kick 5 to get 130, where Steele can just have 25 and 10 tackles with contested disposal, and he'll get the 130 like that.
Rory Laird has a better run. Yes, he does, but he's done nothing to convince me that he can get back to his piggy ways. I think he only had 98 or something today.
Slug is all over Laird at the moment. No, I'm pretty sure Laird had 119 actually in fairness to him.
Yeah. Ian, Steele was a sell last week. That's what I said, mate, not what Skiddy said. He still only had 10 kicks in this game in a stoppage-heavy game. I still don't think he's going to be a top 8 mid by season's end. Is Green or Steele a top 8 mid? Green, I think so.
I hope that's Tom Green that you're talking about and not Toby Green because you spelled it like Toby. Toby's definitely not. Tom Green definitely is, I think.
Yeah. Ross been lucky to avoid the cone. Bloke's been utterly useless for his past 2 clubs.
Which Ross is that? Because I went to Seb Ross and I'm like, he's been playing pretty good this year.
Maybe Ross Lyon being coach. We don't want the cone at his club.
Okay. I'll have. Yeah. Please let me know, Ian, who is Ross.
Scorched Earth. I'm picking Merritt over Steele every day of the week.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Merritt over Steele. 100%.
And how about Brad Crouch? No.
Neither Crouch. Thank you very much.
And that'll almost do us for tonight, ladies and gentlemen. So we have reviewed round 9. Our early trade-in targets, I guess, probably the top of that list is Sullivan if we think that he's going to have that job security. I like the looks of Zorko. I like the looks of Rankin. But on Wednesday night, Skiddy and I will get into the books in the next couple of days. We'll do some research. We'll try and locate some good players for us to target for the week that is going to be round 10. And we're almost halfway, Skiddy.
Yes, sir, mate. A few more rounds to go. So this is bloody very, very exciting. Round 10, another big one. We're coming into another round of DPP coming up in 2 more weeks. So we'll just keep on kicking. Round 10, we're going to keep looking at who can make us the best amount of money, who's right to grab at the price that they're at, and who's overpriced and not on our radars at the moment, who is too far away.
I'm just going to throw these up. The lads are quickly throwing some more in. Thoughts on Zorko in this week to play Richmond, then Rankin next week to play West Coast, and defence will be finished, but leaving 7 primos in mid for the next 2 weeks, or just choose one and finish mid this week or next. I think Zorko.
I feel like you could just get Rankin in this week, in fairness, instead of burning 2 trades on that. If you're going Zorko and Rankin, then I don't mind it. If you mean by you're bringing Zorko in this week and then you're bringing in Rankin in the next week, then I like that because you can just go both of those. So sure. I reckon that's a great way to do it.
Yeah, Reid and Carroll out. Yep, looks good. Phil, he's gone early. He thinks Tom Green, being the Sydney man that he is, Giants are about to abuse the Bulldogs. That's a huge call, but I don't mind it, though. The Giants will bounce back next week.
Oh, yeah, Craig, then I love it. Yeah. Zorko this week, then go into Rankin next.
Yep. And Ian, before we knock off, need to do some research on the Cups this week. Want to try and get as many as possible. Each week especially needs to be better. And Deadly, yep, he's got Marshall coming in by the looks of that.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, and Corey's getting stuck into. He wants to try and guess the Cups this week as well. So good to see that people are hanging around wanting to see that. But tonight,
Right.
we reviewed round 9. Our winners, our losers, our injuries. But most importantly, it's okay to not be okay, ladies and gentlemen. If you are struggling, reach out, talk to someone, because the world is a better place with you in it. This is Skiddy. I'm the horse, and this has been another episode of the Insight Fantasy Sports podcast. We'll see you Wednesday.